Do you want to take a life? Do you want to cross that line? Because it's a long way back from hell.
Marwan, Tolenilu. Ichaer Gwannar Navalano, Sibado no Kirar.
I learned a long time ago that there's no sense getting all riled up every time a bunch of idiots give you a hard time. In the end, the universe tends to unfold as it should. Plus, I have a really large penis. That keeps me happy.
The owner always wanted to run away and join the circus when he was a kid. Now son of a bitch owns the circus. Ah, man. Real license to steal.
Oh, yeah. The American dream come true, man. Pure Horatio Alger.
Yeah. Welcome to the happy place.
Listen, let's get down to brass tacks here, man. How much for the ape?
Vagina.
My mind is a raging torrent, flooded with rivulets of thought, cascading into a waterfall of creative alternatives.
God darn it, Mr. Lamar. You use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore. Now, what I've got here is a scrotum and nothing else.
So full, and look at those boobies. I forgot to take the boobies down. I think you guys would probably just rather look at that than some old ass 56-year-old man who screams that all movies suck, because they do. Because they do. Welcome everybody to a Square Up Thanksgiving hangover. I hope you all spent time with your families and got sick eating food like I did. I ate way too much. And wait, I got to burp because I ate too much. And to the folks, who don't have any family tonight, be it work or some situation. Hell, if my homies are listening in prison right now, I feel you. Spent a couple of Thanksgivings in prison. So let's keep each other company tonight. A lot of us in this, well, a bunch of people do Thanksgiving streams and holiday streams. And I appreciate them. We can digitally hang out. Gonna be very laid back. I did finish watching Stranger Things, just like right before the show. So I'll have some thoughts on that. Most of them will be held for FNT, but I'll give you some like spoiler-free thoughts. How's that? Welcome everybody. Again, happy Thanksgiving. You know, everybody should celebrate Thanksgiving. I heard even some people in the UK are starting to do it because it's just a meal. Yeah, it's got some meaning behind it, you know, here in the States. You will hear my eloquent thoughts on how Thanksgiving started on Piers Morgan. I thought it was going to be today, but it might be tomorrow. And then my audio cut out on, I don't think it was my end. So I boomered on Piers. And I don't know what anybody said after what I said. I was actually halfway through a bit. It's something I just made up on the fly, and nobody heard the second part of it. So it's probably going to sound fucking retarded. Yeah. So I am prepared to get a lot of shit for that tomorrow because Pierce said he's going to keep it in, and I hope he does. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with gathering around, having some turkey. And listen, this hot take, I know even JD Vance, it's like turkey sucks as a meat. You eat turkey sandwiches. Turkey doesn't suck. You know what? All food is a vehicle for sauce. I know Disparu will disagree, but everything is just a vehicle for hot sauce for me, or gravy. That's all it is. Come on, Vance. Come on, JD Vance. But yeah, mayo. Ugh, I don't know about mayo, but like whatever you like, you know, like pizza is a vehicle for pineapple. You heard me. But let's see who's here. Thanks to Jeremy for shouting out this live stream earlier. If he's out there, happy Thanksgiving, brother. We spoke briefly about Stranger Things afterwards, and we are mostly in agreement. But first, let's say hi to the folks. We got Eric K and his wrench. What's up, Eric K? We got Shake Youns, Garrett Waldron, Blackhawk, not down, Blackhawk up on this one. We have Zeriter 1, Tesserator 1. We have Christmas Carol. See, by the way, Christmas officially starts now. My tree. Oh, I should have got my tree out. It's not decorated, but I got my tree and my decorations ready to go. Speed Force, what's up? Reverend Ragnarok, Joseph, JC Hero of Canton. Username on YouTube? On YouTube? Zunjers, the Dude Law, 15 Hertz 205. Straight up Mikey. That's what he is. Straight up Mikey. House of L. Kyle, no. Rick Rickscom, JDG, the Toilet Bug, Nathan Cassidy, Emerald Coast. I missed it. Emerald something. Sorry. Big Papa Pumpk, Urcoil, Distant. You guys are just making shit up now. Madeeb. Dude, that Trump sandworm video from when the first Dune came out was fucking, that video is so great. That video is so great. That Dude Law, welcome. JB24. All words are made up. I mean, like, this is true. This is, you know, you come here for the facts. Zack Snyder is going to make a comeback. Geez, I hope it, when he does, what's up, WG? Got your message today. Thank you, brother. Happy Thanksgiving to you. I hope if Zack Snyder comes back, he brings along with him a cinematographer and a screenwriter. And I think when he has supervision, I think he can be a very good director. Unlike Jar Jar Abrams. I think Jar Jar Abrams is like a very average director. I think what would you say his best directed movie is? Probably Mission Impossible. I like his Mission Impossible. But as far as a visual director with a distinct style, he does not have it. And you can, whatever you say about Zach, he's got a style. He's got a style. Fringe was a good show. I liked Fringe, but like all Jar Jar Abrams shows, it just doesn't end very well. But somebody made a good point on Twitter. Like most shows don't end very well. They don't. They don't. Man of Steel is greater than Superman. Orders of magnitude. See, I never hated Man of Steel. There's a couple of parts I didn't like at all in it, but the overall movie, I thought it was all right. I own it. I've watched it again, and I think it's aged pretty well. You cut out that stupid Pa Kent death, and it's a much better film. I can even work with him killing somebody at the end. I can work with that. I wasn't as upset as other people about that. I can understand that you are, but I can work with that more than I can work with Pa Kent walking into a fucking tornado, which is just retarded. And then, like, should I let the people die on the bus? Maybe. No. Sorry, spoilers. Shit. Come on. Gary, The Sopranos ended perfectly. I didn't mind The Sopranos ending. I didn't. I was very controversial at the time, but a simple explanation. He just got popped. That was it. Now, who popped him? Some people didn't like the end of Breaking Bad. Yes, it's true. Some people didn't like the end of Breaking Bad. I loved it. I like the end of Better Call Saul. Controversial opinion. I like the end of Battlestar Galactica. I love the fact that Galactica, a science fiction, a hardcore science fiction show, leaned into theology and God and God existing. Especially when like the Cylons split off, there was like the atheist Cylons that split off. Haven't seen Sons of Anarchy. I will, because somebody from the show likes my show, which I should listen. I was going to see it before I heard that because Jeremy has recommended it many, many times. And unlike Ryan, if Jeremy recommends something, I'm probably going to get around to it. I'm not going to not get around to it just to be a contrarian. I mean, God bless Ryan for being Ryan, but I like to enjoy things. I do. I love recommendations. If it wasn't for recommendations, I wouldn't have watched B5. B5, a show I put off because I was a Star Trek snob, and I'm like, DS9 rules, nothing can be better, and it was totally ripped off, but arguments could be made. I still think it was, but B5 rules. The Quartering is my boss. No, he fired me from FNT. I just keep showing up. I'm like, Milton with the stapler. I just keep showing up. The Quartering fixed the glitch. DS9 sucked. This is the duality of man. There'll be somebody who says DS9 is the greatest Star Trek ever made, and then we got DS9 sucked. And you know what? Your opinion is welcome here. We can disagree. It's okay. I am not going to get butt hurt and should I go down this highway? Why not? It's Thanksgiving. And completely change my channel and lose my fucking mind because somebody disagreed with me on a movie like Furiosa. See? DS9 fucking rules. DS9 does fucking rule. It does. Absolutely rules. God, I wish I'd get a remaster. And everybody loves that Stargate. So many people love that show. So I have to watch it. Like so many people like it and say it's better than the movie. when Worf joined, it got better. Yeah, like Worf is my favorite TNG character, like without a doubt. And Worf was fucking awesome in Picard season 3. Awesome. Made that show. Ash versus Evil Dead's ending was glorious. Was fucking glorious. To I would say a little above mid third season. Still a good, enjoyable third season, but bringing in the daughter was a little weird. And they had lost the co-writer. I'm forgetting his name right now from season 1. Season 1 was 10 out of 10 pitch perfect television. But that ending, holy shit, was that good. Do you want me to spoil it? You guys should watch it, but it fast forwards to the future. It fast forwards to the future, and they wake Ash up, and he takes off in his car with the cybernetic hot chick, and that's great. No. Go watch Ash versus Evil Dead. I think I've recommended it enough, but there's enough shit out there that you can ignore to go watch 3 seasons. They're all half-hour episodes, by the way. Sam Raimi is the executive producer. It is a true sequel to Army of Darkness, and it is magnificent. And it is like Cobra Kai, where it introduces new characters that you like, and the legacy character, which you can already shit on because it's fucking Ash, but Bruce Campbell is just perfect in it, dude. Gary, I ate a lot of food. So did I. I could not. Picard season 1 is some of the worst television ever made. It is the Last Jedi of Star Trek. It fucks up so much canon. It is so fucking retarded on so many levels that it's difficult for me to finish the review because it will be Mahler length. And I mean, no, it's not going to be an hour. Like my Picard review, when it eventually comes out, 3 hours minimum. Now, Mahler laughs at that. He laughs in Mahler. But it will be 3 hours because I'm going to point out everything they ripped off from other franchises, which is just indicative of our times, where you have a guy, Alex Kurtzman, who has pretty fucking basic knowledge of pop culture and rips stuff off for Star Trek, something that you could just make Star Trek without borrowing things from other lesser franchises, by the way, and lesser stories. But holy shit. Like Earth, like apparently Romulans can just beam down on Earth into somebody's apartment because the Federation and Earth just wouldn't have transformer inhibitors everywhere, because that would probably be one of your first security concerns, is somebody beaming down and taking over your planet. And that's just one of the stupid things. That also has the girl who's the key to everything. Picard's like 97 in canon, and they kill him at the end and put him in a golem body that's 97. And I am just scratching the surface on the stupidity. In season 2, Q dies of space AIDS. It's a giant immigration allegory. They have like alien ice. It's fucking stupid. 10 Forward is a fucking bar on planet Earth. It's just fucking dumb. It is so fucking dumb. They make hippie nice Borgs that are and the Borg Queen is the drummer from Scott Pilgrim. Riker and Troy's son dies of a of a disease that he would have survived if they didn't ban all the synths and technology. It's just the dumbest shit. Yes, they banned synths. Yeah, it just makes my head hurt remembering it. And that's just a top of my, well, it's, yes, he dies of space AIDS, space cancer. And to Terry Metalis' credit, he picked up this bullshit and tried to make something, got fired everybody except the black woman because he couldn't fire the black woman. And he actually made her a more interesting character because she was with Worf. I'm not saying great. It's a 7 out of 10 show. It's not 10 out of 10. And there is some creatively mental gymnastics to make things work, you know. But a little bit of a base thing at the end when everybody under a certain age, I can't remember what it was. I think it was under the age of 50 gets a mind virus and infected by the Borg. So that's and they had to go to a museum to get the Enterprise D, and it's like, whatever, dude. You got the crew of the Enterprise on the D, and they rode the D out. And that's something Star Wars couldn't do. They couldn't get the OG crew together for one scene. Star Trek managed to pull it off. It's the only good thing Kurtzman Trek has ever done, and it's because Kurtzman went off to go do The Man Who Fell to Earth, which got canceled. Picard season 3 was obligatory. They got no budget. It wasn't even shot to where you can there's no 4K release of it because it wasn't shot in high def. I think it was shot in 2K, but basically you're only going to get Blu-rays and it's not going to look that good. Everything was a bottle episode, and most of the budget went to Patrick Stewart, and they had to do it because Patrick Stewart signed a 3-year contract. So Kurtzman didn't care anymore, fucked off, and then somebody made a better Star Trek because Terry Metalis had actually worked on Star Trek before. And he did what he could. And sure, he got some shit, but it was the one show that what was left of the fandom that pretty much everybody liked. You know, as much people as you're going to get to like it, like 75%. So what do? Do they give Legacy a season that he pitched? No, they give it to Star Trek Academy, which comes out in about a month. And I'm going to roast the fuck out of it because it looks awful. And apparently Sonequa Martin Green is going to be back. Man, Burnham is going to be back. You know, working on my last video that Perry is working on, because we wanted to give Garrett, you know, his Thanksgiving, plus he's got to do the Stranger Things review. But it's an Acolyte video. Not going to pass that up. But I was thinking about Leslie Headland said she did something really different with Star Wars, and I'm like, is putting a diverse female lead in a prequel so that diverse female lead can be more prominent than legacy characters and do everything first, is that really new? No, actually, it's not. It's not. Technically, Doctor Who did that when they made the first Doctor a little black girl. Star Trek did it when they had Burnham doing everything before Kirk. I mean, we can go on and on. It's not exclusively black women they do this with, but it's mostly black women. But they'll do other diverse women, and they try to shoehorn them into the canon by, this is why they like prequels, because they can rewrite the history and say, well, actually a woman did it first before Kirk and before the first Doctor, and you know, and so on. Well, it's because Hollywood has this well, you know, the movie Get Out, Hollywood has a fetish about black people. They just do. It's a fetish. And it's not unlike the fetish they had when they did I saw the Judy Garland, you know, in blackface thing going around, but it's not unlike that at all. It's a weird fetish. You remember, these are the people who think black people cannot go get IDs. They cannot work computers or apps. They assign the term marginalized people on them, but yet we're called the racist, which is fucking hilarious. Yeah, but it's a fetish. They also like to make straight black men, they like to feminize them. That's the other weird fetish that Hollywood has, which is right up there with pregnant warrior woman fetish. It's a lot of weirdness. It's a lot of weirdness. Yeah, I mean, like, look at the whole system that's set up. If we want to talk about like politics, and I mean, you guys know this. I'm not. You all know that there was a prominent black middle class rising in the late 50s and early 60s that was immediately crushed down. The Civil Rights Act, and we now know that anytime something is titled something, it's the opposite. So the Civil Rights Act was just a way to buy their votes, put them on welfare, and it was a way of keeping people on the plantation. Now, it's not exclusively black people, because they want to keep white people poor and all the other people poor, so they can have you dependent on the government and getting that vote. So they stay in power, and then they have a big old party. And then the two parties fight it out like they're actually on opposite sides. It's a game. It's a fucking game. But people are waking up to it, which is good. Like criminal justice. Yes. I witnessed it myself when I was in prison. The highest population in the prison is black men. It's very sad. It's environmental, it's cyclical. And there's no easy answer. There's no easy answer for that. And we're a long way from actually fixing it, because it would require some tough conversations and some concessions from both sides, acknowledging that first you would have to acknowledge that life isn't fair, and we can offer reparations and all the money you want, but that's not going to fix anything. You have to fix a mindset. But again, tough conversations to be had that I can't answer, but it's certainly a reality, and it is very sad. It's very sad. But it's not all one side or the other's fault. It's not. I'm watching Wrath of Khan. Oh, it's a fucking great movie. Great movie. Best Star Trek movie. Followed closely by Undiscovered Country. Followed closely by that. So let's talk about so this is fun stuff. We don't want to get into politics and dark stuff. The thing about Thanksgiving is it's right there in the title. Giving thanks, gratitude. And it has been living life through gratitude that has kept me from falling into the abyss of despair many, 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 many times, because I lived there for a long time. Lived there, was comfortable. My despair kept me warm, and super black pilled. But then it was my second time around, because I really didn't understand gratitude my first time, because I've had 2 long runs of sobriety. Then I relapsed, and I relapsed because I had not I can't even say, you never complete doing the work, but I didn't do enough work, period. And one of those things was really understanding gratitude, which is a tough thing to understand when you're about to lose your entire marriage. You just lost your dream comic shop. You have no fucking money in the bank. You filed for bankruptcy. You relapsed again. You fucked everything. I fucked everything up in my life. So it's like my sponsor starts hitting me up with gratitude. I'm like, for what? And he basically said, shut up, you sniveling little bitch. You're still alive. And he was right. So what I had to do after I relapsed was do the 90 meetings in 90 days. And I had to call him every night. And every night I had to call in with my gratitude list, and it had to be different, which was hard. But It was stupid at first. I thought it was stupid. I thought everything was stupid. But then, towards the end, around day 75, it starts kicking in. It starts kicking in and changing my mindset, which was really negative and bad. And grasping onto those things that were good in my life. There is some good in this world, and it's worth fighting for. And once I started doing that, I became a really a much happier person, happiest I've ever been in my entire life. So on this day of giving thanks, I think it's good that people are talking about gratitude. It's so important because, the world seems like a dark and horrible place. And it is all the fucking time. It is on the time, but it's equally as beautiful. Equally as beautiful. And we recognize that. And now I'm grateful I can do these simple little things. And that's, I don't concern myself with what other people have. And just taking a little walk through my wonderful neighborhood makes me so happy. It's just, and it's actually not a little thing. Those are huge things, enjoying a beautiful sunset. It sounds super gay, but God's a pretty good artist. And it's stuff like that brings me joy now. Looking at my lawn, that I have a lawn that's healthy and green. I look at it every morning. I'm all, look at my lawn. Ooh, needs a little water. Like that, also I'm an old man, so shit like that, Yeah, envy can be terrible for your psyche. Just enjoy what you have. Yes, absolutely. Envy is poison. Envy is the fuel of failure. And envy and resentments are, well, the saying for resentments is having a resentment is like taking poison and expecting somebody else to get sick. Same thing with envy. There's a lot of it in the world, though. Yeah, I had a lot of debt. Just Field. I had a lot of debt too. As a matter of fact, I was in, like I just said, I was in bankruptcy for 5 years. So after I sold my comic shop to Brian Hibbs for pennies on the dollar, and because I was such a drug addict, my very intelligent wife separated our finances completely, and I was broke as fuck. But I have been broke as fuck before. I have been very poor. I have been homeless. So for 5 years, for 5 years, I had to live off of those ATM cards that you just have to throw cash on and charge, because I couldn't have a bank account. That's what I paid all my bills off of. That's what I lived off of. That one little card that I got at a 7-Eleven. Lived off that for 5 fucking years. Credit didn't get built back until my credit score didn't start getting good again till a year and a half ago. It took a long time to get that shit going. And bankruptcy taught me fuck debt. Now, sometimes you need to get into it to survive. And I've been there. And hopefully one day you can get away from that. Because it's, that's a fucking game too. That is a game too. But I'm not going to sit here and give you some bullshit like pull your bootstraps up and just get out of debt. It's not that fucking easy. Life isn't that easy. You got to eat, you got to pay bills. There could be circumstances in your life, and boy, Mr. Baker's there to help you with their 30% interest. Yeah, it's fucked. Big fan of free market, big fan of capitalism, but corporatism, not a fan of whatsoever. All right. So just watch Stranger Things, the first 4 episodes. This will be spoiler free. Now we're going to get into it on FNT and we spoil everything, but this will be spoiler free. And quite frankly, not much to spoil. Not much to spoil. I find the first 4 episodes disappointing. It's very padded. It's extremely padded. Like, oh, we need to go on next mystery box mission. They wasted a bunch of time in a hospital getting into a disguise to talk to a mom to get some information that we knew. Like, I think the biggest problem I have is I think it would be better if Vecna was a boss, not the boss, a boss. I thought it would be much better if there's something more supernatural behind this, like an eldritch god. But it appears that it's just Vecna, which doesn't really lean into horror elements, although you could argue. I would say this is a superhero story. It's a superhero story. Really liked, loved season 1. Season 2 sucked. Kind of like season 3. Love season 4 with the introduction of Vecna, but there's finding out that it's, and I could be wrong, there's other episodes to go, but it's just him. It's like, all right, oh, no more mystery there, I guess. The other problem is we have lost the focus of basically the 4 main boys. Some of our main characters have just fallen into the background. And let me get her name. Been watching a bunch of seasons with her and I forgot her name. So Stranger and DB. Like, Eddie was such a plus for season 4. He was great. And they actually made, like, I couldn't stand Max. And they made her somewhat interesting in season 4. But as far as Dustin's still around, but he's not as prominent. Hopper's still around, not as prominent. Joyce Byers is pretty much in the background. Mike Wheeler, he's got nothing to do. 11 isn't that prominent in this. Will Byers is like pretty much taking the lead, along with Mia Hawke's character, the lesbian. She's like the main character in this season, and I don't know why. She's fine as a background character, but like, yeah, they've made her prominent and Will Byers prominent. The 2 gay characters are prominent. And I was discussing this with the wife. I'm all, fucking gay's boring now. So if you wanted equality, you got it. It's boring as fuck. It interests me about as much as a straight relationship entertains a gay person. Unfortunately, we're the majority, and I could give a fuck. And man, does it matter. There is some coding in this, especially at the end of season. I can't wait to talk about it on FNT when I get into spoilers. I can't. Holy shit. There's still a ton of likable characters and good performances and things you still care about, but those are long episodes, especially episode 4 is like an hour and a half long, and you could cut out a half an hour of each episode easily. The military is in it, but they're just there to be bad guy for some reason after all this. And yeah, there's just a bunch of unnecessary padding. It is a streaming show. It is a streaming show made for secondary viewing, and the characters I care about have all been kind of put into the background, and they've made Mia Hawke, the star, Will Byers, more interesting than Mia Hawke's character. I'll say that. They've actually they didn't know what to do with Will, and I think they found something to do with Will. The problem is they had no plan for this series. They're making this shit up as they go. And let's keep in mind that Stranger Things, as much as I've liked it and not liked it, it is a grab bag. It is a smorgasbord. It is a greatest hits of 80s nostalgia. That's all it is. They borrow from Poltergeist, E.T., just pretty much everything Spielberg. And then, which is great. But the other thing is Millie Bobby Brown is not athletic, and they have her doing a bunch of running around, and she's just not athletic at all. But she's not in it that much. She's not in it. So I'm going to say part 1, disappointment. There are some things I liked. But the other thing that you'll hear me and Jeremy talk about is the girl bossing has been dialed up, and it's annoying. It's incredibly annoying. It was always there. Last season, it was there. It's been there, but they dialed it up. Like every decision pretty much is made by a woman. There's a scene where a car has to drive into something, and they're like, should we do it? Should we do it? Should we do it? And then they ask Nancy Wheeler, and she says, okay. And then they decide to do it. It's like little shit like that, but it's tons of it. Tons of it. So that got annoying. And the reason it's annoying is because the girl boss trope is fucking annoying. Now, is it as bad as other things? No. Like, do I hate this? I'm not there yet. I was disappointed. But we'll see. Maybe it rallies. But we'll get into details, and I'll tell you, unlike, I didn't really get into the argument, but I made a comment about Chris Stuckman, which I normally don't do. And Chris, good for Chris for making a movie. I actually think he might be a better filmmaker than a YouTuber. No, I think he's a better filmmaker than he is a YouTuber, but both require passion. But that being said, I made a pithy little comment. Somebody like, well, I like the fact that he's only reviewing positive movies. And I'm like, he doesn't do movie reviews. He does the Cliff Notes version of DVD liner notes. He might tell you he likes it, but there's no what, there's no why. There's no what and why. Go ahead and make videos all day long of just movies you like. That's fine. I have no problem with that. But there's no what or why. I challenge Chris Stuckman to make a 20-minute video breaking down your favorite movie. But yeah, I think maybe better filmmaker than he is a YouTuber. So in the controversy with him is he did a Wicked for Good review, which he liked. But the actual review was 3 minutes, and the other 2 minutes were dedicated to a gambling ad, which I personally don't give a shit that he did a gambling ad. I don't care. I would never do one, ever, but I don't care. But his audience cared. And I just hearkened back to the quote where he said, well, I don't want to be 65 years old and be like, this movie fucking sucks. I have no problem doing that. So I just responded, I don't want to be 65 years old and go, hey, go gambling, kids. But yeah, what and why? Very important things with movie reviews. I love yelling at clowns too. I love, as Twitter said, arguing with British people and talking about aliens. It's the best fucking job in the world. Should you watch Better Call Saul? Absolutely. Now, it's up to the chat. I'm going to leave it up to the chat. Would you recommend watching Breaking Bad and then Better Call Saul? Or would you watch Better Call Saul before Breaking Bad? That might be kind of fun. It's really up to you. I'd probably watch Breaking Bad first. That's the way it's supposed to be. British aliens. But yes, Better Call Saul is fantastic. Fantastic. Breaking Bad, one of the top 5 TV shows in history. I mean, I don't think too many people would argue that. Imagine Vince Gilligan has been involved in 3 of the top 10 shows of all time. X-Files, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. That's phenomenal. That's a talented kid. I think he's going to go somewhere. I got to catch up on Pluribus. I spent a lot of time watching Stranger Things today. We also watched the Rankin Bass. My kid had never seen the Rankin Bass Hobbit today, where John Huston, I forgot, John Huston voices Gandalf. But that's what that was my gateway into Lord of the Rings. They showed that on ABC. I think it was ABC. Some network television. But yeah, so Stranger Things, I hope it gets better because that wasn't very good. And, you know, mileage may vary, but I judge how I enjoy things mostly, not all the time, on would I go back and watch this again? Because I watch things again all the time. Maybe it's my fucking autism or whatever, but and that's what really helped me with editing, by the way, is I can watch stuff over and over again, and it never really gets old for me. I don't think I'd watch this again. And I'm curious to see what my good friend Mahler thinks, because I could be wrong, Mahler, so I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm gonna guess this might be the Stranger Things he hates the most. Right down there with season 2. We shall see. Maybe we should get him on the show for like a minute tomorrow. A few minutes. I'm thankful for you guys. Saying some nice things in the chat. It's getting a little gay in here. Stop it. Yeah, I don't think it's a stretch to say that Mahler's gonna fucking hate this. I don't like it. Again, Mia Hawke's character is. I really thought she would have been good with Steve, and they decided to last minute make her gay because they needed representation. And I thought Steve and her had some pretty good chemistry, but nope, they needed more gay representation, so that's why they made the decision, and it takes her character fucking nowhere. So now she's leading everybody when Nancy isn't leading everybody. So Nancy and Mia Hawke's character are just the bosses right now, and they're chewing out adults. Oh, the Breaking Bad movie, El Camino. I watched it once. I'll never watch it again. There is identity politics. But I think there's more girl boss shit than identity politics. But it's there. There's always been a couple of things. Oh, and one of the worst things from Stranger Things. I'm sorry, I won't be specific. One of the worst things from Stranger Things returns. One of the worst things from Stranger Things fucking returns. Oh. Jeremy's out there. He knows what I'm talking about. At the end of episode 4. I was all waiting for some big reveal. I'm like, oh, fuck. If there was Eggo waffles, I'd have liked it. They talked about them though. The blacks. Fucking chat. No, I'll give you a hint. Well, honestly, I'm not sure. I'm just going to guess it's 50-50. Indian. Dot Indian, not feather. Oh, look at that. Did I change that? I don't remember doing that. Fishing and Cal. What's up, Noons? Oh, man, I miss you guys. Miss you, Noons. The Egypt crew was so much fun to hang out with. So much fun. I'm gonna be real, Noons. I have not recovered from the trip yet. I still have jet lag. I'm still getting hungry at 4 a.m. and I'm getting bursts of energy like now. I was tired all fucking day, and I'm like, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to do the stream. Then I got this burst of energy. I'm like, oh shit, let's go. So I'm not quite back yet. What's wrong with El Camino? There's nothing wrong with El Camino. It's just super mid. Let's be El Camino is better than most shit that's released, but on the Breaking Bad standards, But hail, Noons. Hail to the Egypt crew. I'm glad to be back. We were discussing our 11-hour train ride in the ghetto Hogwarts Express. Will be something we remember forever. Where the doors between cars were just blowing open. Bathroom doors were blowing open. I guess they had all the girls were fucking drinking because they're just a bunch of lushes, and that's what they were doing. They had like a smoking car that was the club car, but it was just a bunch of dudes fucking burning heaters. Thank God for alcohol, says Noons. Yes. Hey, and you guys did good the next day. You know, I mean, do you really feel a hangover? Do you really feel a hangover when you're jet lagging? I don't know. Viking Beach Bum for $2. I've seen the first episode. It wasn't terrible. I need to catch up. I eventually will, but I have a little work catching up to do, and then I'll get to it. Thank you, sir. Mark of Reality for $2. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you. It's still Thanksgiving here in the Central Time Zone. It is in the East Coast too, and very much so on the West Coast. Very much on the West Coast. So yeah, otherwise I have no news to set up. Nothing really to talk about other than we could just shoot the shit about whatever. Because I hope the crew was all enjoying their Thanksgiving. I know Lady Gravemaster, poor Lady Gravemaster's daughter, was a little sick. Hope she's okay. Hope she's okay. Box office is doing real good for Wicked, and as predicted, everybody's going, the box office is back. 2025 is saved. No, it's not. No, it's not. Let's keep in mind. Oh, I had it noted for peers, and I never got to talk about it. So in 2019, ladies and gentlemen of both genders, there was 9 $1 billion films. 9 films that crossed $1 billion worldwide. A couple of them without China, including Joker. Since 2019, there's been 9 $1 billion films. Actually 10 if you count this year. So they finally surpassed the total of 2019 in 5 years. They've only had 1 this year. They almost had 2, but they've only had 1. I don't think Wicked for Good is going to hit $1 billion, but I think Zootopia probably will. Very good chance. And Avatar will within 72 hours. So they'll have 3 this year. They'll have 3. That's great. Problem is they've had a couple of months that were the worst in decades. So lots of problems to fix there. But we'll see. And then the next tentpole that's supposed to come out after Avatar will be Project Hail Mary in March, which I am looking forward to. I hope that movie's great. That movie looks fun. Joey for $5 says, "Happy Thanksgiving, brother, to you and the fellowship." Hail to you. Hail to the fellowship. I think my new Thanksgiving tradition, it kind of was anyway, but it's going to be regulars watching The Hobbit. Yes, for all its bloated flaws, I love the Hobbit trilogy. Are you walking like an Egyptian, Gary? Well, Bat Perez, 700 for $20. A little bit, yeah, because I sat in a chair for a long time and I have a bad back. But I was doing some other things like an Egyptian that we won't discuss. Not fun. Hey, Gary, did you make it to the P.O. box yet? Net Stealer, 69 for $2. Not yet. Not yet, but soon. Actually, tomorrow, I'll make it. I'll let you know. I am obesity this day, says, I think we all are, and we can all identify. I'm going to have to add a couple miles to my walk tomorrow, but it's absolutely worth it. Mama cooked a good dinner. She whooped it up fast, and we were just kind of picking at it all day, but turkey was perfect. She made 2 kinds of stuffing, both perfect. Mashed potatoes, perfect. Little side salad that was wonderful. Some rice. Thick gravy. It was fucking awesome. And I will have more tomorrow. Transformers Energon rocks. Have you read it, Gary? I'm getting through it, and it does. It's fucking amazing. It took me a long time to buy it, so I just bought a set off eBay, and it's some of the best comic books I've read in years from mainstream. Star Trek Season 5 V1 dropped. The ball slop woke reactionary. You should try Dispatch, Gary. You would love it. I downloaded it. I bought it. We're going to do it over the holidays. So for my holiday gaming, we're going to go back to Witcher 3 and do some Dispatch too. Excuse me, I coughed, but you didn't hear it. Big Gar, happy Thanksgiving, Tex from Jerome. Thank you for $2. I appreciate it. Y'all come back now, you hear? Jake Tammon for $4.99. Gary, thought Stranger Things was okay, but a bit disappointing. Thought episode 4 was solid, though. They finally gave Will a spine, and please don't kill Steve. Yeah. I like that they did something with Will finally. But if you think of, and I don't want to, I'm going to save it for Friday Night Tights, but if you think about like what the impetus was from him doing his thing, it's fucking hilarious. It's hilarious. Clammin 9648 for $5. You've probably gotten this 100 times, but will your book be available on Kindle sometime? I love regular books, but Kindle is so much easier for me. Yes, we're trying to get it out before Christmas. So what happened? The pre-orders have to go out first, and pretty much everybody has to get them before I give the go ahead to, and it'll be available on Barnes and Noble and Amazon and all that. The only difference will be, I'm pretty sure we're doing a hardcover there too, but the book will be a little different and it'll be slightly more expensive through Barnes and Noble and stuff that I have no control over. But we're talking like a couple, $3, but slightly more expensive. But yes, it'll be available as an ebook soon. And it was announced Wednesday. Let me double check. You think I would know this off the top of my head, but I don't. Where did it go? Yes, orders for Waiting for Nerdrotic from Prison to YouTube begin shipping tomorrow. So that's Friday. No, actually, they started shipping. My bad. They started shipping Wednesday. So Thanksgiving, obviously. So maybe some people might be getting them tomorrow. But yes, it'll be available on Kindle. And I think it'll be cheap on Kindle. Kindle. Turkey is awesome. It's just that no knows how to cook them properly. It is, and it's how you cook it, but that's every meat, right? It's like well done is awesome. Well done steak is awesome, but you need the right chef to do it. Troy Duffy said, watch Gangs of London, modern Game of Thrones mafia show. He did. By the way, I make a guest appearance in his audiobook, Blood Origin, not to be confused with Witcher Blood Origin, but this is Boondock Saints Blood Origins. I am in that. I read a character in that book. My first audiobook appearance. What an honor that was. How surreal is this shit? This YouTube shit. Like, Boondock Saints was a movie I obsessively watched in the early 2000s a lot. And now I'm like chatting it up with the director. It's fucking weird. During your Egypt trip, did you make it to bumfuck? We did. We made it to bumfuck Egypt. We did. Bruce Leroy Jenkins, thank you for the $2. Net Stealer, I am not going to make fun of Gary for not watching Stargate 1 because Net hangs his head. I have never watched Buffy. You could make fun of me, though. Shame works. But yeah, not watching Buffy and then Angel, come on. Cobra Kai has a perfect finale. I love Cobra Kai's finale. I adore that show. Cannibal the Dragon, been a member for 5 months. Thank you. When do you think we will get House of the Dragon season 3 trailer? Do you think we will see Isle of Faces, Cannibal, Grey Ghost, funeral for someone? Okay, we'll go backwards. You will see a funeral for somebody. You will see a funeral. Yes, you will see a funeral for someone's. Grey Ghost. Maybe. Cannibal the Dragon. I don't think so. I think they would have already introduced Cannibal. They had the opportunity with the dragon seeds to do that. So I think they just left him out, which is kind of a bummer. Isle of Faces. Yes, we're going to see the Isle of Faces. 100%. We're going to see the Isle of Faces, which I am looking forward to. I think we will get a House of the Dragon trailer with Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So in January. That is my best guess. Because they are both coming out next year. We got one coming in January, one coming in June, which is way sooner than I thought. So fucking great. Next year is going to be stacked. This year sucked. Covering entertainment. This is the worst year of covering entertainment since COVID. But next year will be fucking stacked with so many good things and like different good things. It's not going to be, oh, it's a stacked Marvel year. Like anybody gives a shit about that. No, there's a bunch of sci-fi and fantasy coming out, which quite frankly, I care more about. I mean, I love superheroes and stuff, but they could all take a break and I'd be fine. I think a lot of you would too. Thank you for becoming a member, Zion42. I appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving to you and the fellowship. Hail, says Johnny Loco. Appreciate the $19.99. Thank you, Johnny. Bubba Doom, good old Bubba Doom for $5. Did I understand you right? Probably not. Just kidding. We're still getting a Picard review. No shade, Gary. That would be great. Yes, you are going to get one. I put a lot of work into that, and I want to do it. The problem is, like, I could hunker down and do it right now, but you wouldn't get a video for like a month. Gary, I wanted to recommend a channel. Malcolm Gutspell. He smokes a pipe and occasionally talks about Tolkien and Lewis. Those episodes are amazing. That's great. That's great. Maybe I'll start smoking a pipe. I'll put that in my pipe and smoke it. Come on, Gary. Season 1 and 2 were both great. I mean, they did that one thing where what? Yeah, they did a lot of bad things. Incognitus Jones has been a member for 6 months, says, making my way through Star Trek right now. Gonna go down the line until we get to Enterprise, and then I'll probably start Stargate after that. That's a good idea. Enterprise is fine. It's not great. Voyager's fine. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. Oh my God, what the fuck did I just do there? Man, that was some retarded typing, but that's par for the course for me. Ooh. Oh, wow. Zootopia 2 is looking at a $39 million first day. Holy shit. Wow. That's good. It's good. The furries will be happy. You know, but after watching Stranger Things, and I'm thinking Paramount paid a shitload of money to get the Duffer Brothers, who I think are not that great. And they let Taylor Sheridan go, a hit-making machine. By the way, loving Landman. Loving fucking Sam Elliott and Landman. Dude, his first scene is heart-wrenching. It's heart-wrenching. But yeah, loving Landman. Haven't seen the end of Tulsa King yet. Have not seen the end of Tulsa King. Let me make sure I leave off at the right place here, because we have a little bit of squaring up to do from the Friday Night Tights I had nothing to do with. Where was I? Oh, November has passed. I wonder when we're going to get the announcement. I'm going to give you guys a hint on something. You probably heard it before, but let me find my square up thing. But you know, since y'all decided to tune in, let me give you a hint. I do believe this is from Netflix. It's due to be announced this year, but they have to get some ink on the paper. Ink on the paper. So you guys, you're a fan of Mark Miller, right? You like The Kingsman. I love The Kingsman too. Kingsman 2. Love Kingsman. Love The Kingsman. So you like Mark Miller. Good guy. He'll talk to anybody. He's not some stuffed up Hollywood elitist twat. It's Mark Millar. And just like a genuine good dude. Should have wrote Superman. Him and Matthew Vaughn wanted to do a Superman, and many Warner execs said no, including Zaslav. I could be wrong on that one. Also, you know, Mark really wanted to fix comic books on the DC and Marvel side, and nobody wanted any part of it, which is fucking insane, because the book, and he's better off because the stuff he's doing on his own is great. Well, he has a property, which is a great book, by the way, if you haven't read it. I would say pick up King of Spies. You're a Bond fan. You like Kingsman. You like good comic books. Go out and get the graphic novel. Highly recommend King of Spies. Now, wouldn't it be cool if Pierce Brosnan was in that? It'd almost be like Old Man Bond. That would be really cool if that happened, wouldn't it? I think so. And you never know. Maybe you'll get a Christmas wish granted. So a lot of people are like, man, I would love to see an old man Bond. It might happen. If you wish really hard. I just watched all the Pierce Bond movies on the plane. All 4 of them in order. I love them all. I mean, GoldenEye's obviously the best. I don't know. What's the second best to you guys? What's the second best? Now, I think they're all really fun and cool, and they get a little wacky. Tomorrow Never Dies. I would probably agree with that. What's got the best theme song? Kind of like Garbage. But the best, watching all 4 Pierce movies was fucking great. Well, I'm a Roger Moore kid. That's who I grew up on, Roger Moore. GoldenEye has the best theme song. Performed by Tina Turner, written by Bono and The Edge. I don't know. I kind of like The World Is Not Enough by Garbage. Oh, View to a Kill. Fuck The Edge, LOL. Octopussy's good. And Octopussy was well received when it came out. It was A View to a Kill that like everybody just trashed. Oh, dude, the Cornell theme for Casino Royale, that's in my top 4. It's so good. The Chris Cornell theme. But they really do need to go back to naked women in silhouettes. Although I did like the credits for Casino Royale with the cards and shit. I thought that was great. Goldfinger is the best bomb theme. You're not going to get an argument out of me. My favorite's Live and Let Die. It's also one of my favorite Bond movies. Yeah, bring back the boobs. Bring back boobs. For Your Eyes Only. That's a good one. Spy Who Loved Me. That's a man. Love Roger Moore. And Bond will probably be Black Gay Man. It's Amazon. It's Amazon. Oh, look at that. We got, well, he didn't show, Baby Ripa had its first Thanksgiving. Cute, cute, cute. Oh, Simu Liu's been bitching about not enough Asian representation in Hollywood. Let's see. What percentage? The U.S. population. Let's see. They are 7% of the U.S. population. I'm for more Asian representation, just not Simu Liu. Maybe it's you, dude. Maybe it's you. He is far more annoying than Brie Larson ever was. He is the female Rachel Zegler. And yes, I said that right. He stole the tiara of the queen of the MCU from Brie and firmly planted it on his head. God, that guy's annoying. And he's got nothing to back it up. I mean, if you were talented, fine. But Zegler is more talented than Simu Liu. You're right. She can sing. She can't act. I saw that damn Songbirds and Snakes, fucking Hunger Games, whatever the fuck she was in. She was bad in it. And he's a terrible Shang-Chi. He's an awful Shang-Chi's supposed to be Bruce Lee. Remember, he was getting clowned in China. They were like, he's too ugly. Oh, God, that was funny. Good times. Where's that Shang-Chi sequel, Simu? I'd wish you a happy Thanksgiving, but you're fucking Canadian. Dark Zero says, happy Thanksgiving, Gary. Thank you, Dark Zero. Right back at you. Thank you for the $1.99. Oh, Oh my God. Should I sit here? I'm just going to put it up. I'm going to put up the spoiler paddle because I can't resist telling you like what the true superpower is in Stranger Things. So hang on just a minute. You can plug yours. So keep an eye on the spoiler paddle. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. There's one minor spoiler here. Do it. I'm going to share a tweet. Disparu responded. Well, it's a Disparu tweet. From Admiral Wackness. Spoilers. The greatest superpower is actually being gay. This actually is the plot of Stranger Things. I like the episodes overall, but is social impact entertainment. I won't go so far as to say I like the episodes. I think they're fine, but fine in the sense of I could watch season 2 knowing it's a bad season, but I like the characters. And Steve is great. Will Byers is better. Joyce is in the background. I like Hopper. But a key element to Stranger Things season 5 is the gay. And I'm not kidding. Once you get to episode 4, you will understand what I'm saying. You will understand what I'm saying. And I burst out laughing when it happened. I was like, super gay. Oh, God. Oh. Oh. Oof. What's up, Disbrew? Jeremy did not love it. He didn't feel seen, although he should have. But that's the thing is like they diverted Mia Hawke. I can't remember her character's name and I don't care. They diverted her story to make her gay. And I think Will was always going to be gay. I think that was one thing they were going to go with, and I'm fine with that. But it's just so fucking boring now. It's like, God damn it. And what they did is they moved away from the heteronormative relationships. That's the most annoying part. And Mike is just a manzel in distress now, being saved by, men and women. Papa too. The power to fight Vecna is AIDS. Liberace save us. Liberace was gay? Did not see that one coming. So yeah, I think the Piers episode will premiere tomorrow. And I just want to let you know there is the liberal person they brought on the show does a little back and forth with Drinker, which is pretty funny. I don't want to spoil it, but it really does answer like, what's the difference between the left and the right? You will see it on full display. You will see it on full display. I don't think I got censored. I think I wasn't saying anything that crazy. They just asked me like, what about what was the origin of Thanksgiving? And I said, well, some of you guys from the UK came over and conquered some people and had a lunch. It's just history. It's what happened. But yeah, there's a doctor. What is her name again? Pierce was pronouncing it wrong the whole fucking show and didn't give a fuck. He knew what he was doing. And it is fucking funny. It really does explain a lot. So look forward to that. Look forward to that. But yeah, her and Drinker have a little back and forth. It was good. It was good. I can't remember her name. I was on with Graham. Graham Linehan was on with us. That was awesome. Said some very nice things about us. Fucking, that was legendary to be on with him. And then, forgive me, the based lesbian fitness woman who's on with like Dr. Drew sometimes. What's her name? Not Lizzo. No. She's actually cool. Very cool. I just can't remember her name right now. She's on with us too. Jillian, yes. Jillian Michaels. That's it. Very cool lady. So yeah, she was on too. It was fun talking to her. Sorry, I forgot your name, Jillian. I apologize. But yeah, you all knew when I said based lesbian fitness woman. Yeah, she is hot. Absolutely hot. That's one of the ones where you're all, man, it's a shame for mankind that she's on the other team. Nunes is laughing at me. That's how I should have referred to her on the show. Hello, based lesbian fitness woman. Her wife is hot too. Well, good for her. I could change her. Listen, bring back hot lesbians, okay? Like, leave it to Hollywood to make lesbians boring. When is my book shipping? Can't wait. It started shipping Wednesday. So you should start receiving it, depending on where you live, in the next week. So the whole goal was to get it out before Christmas. And then once everything's been fulfilled, we're going to make it available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and all that stuff. It will be a little bit more expensive, but you can get a Kindle version if you want. So thank you. Thanks to Rippaverse. Thanks to everybody who bought it. And now you get to read all the embarrassment and have a few laughs at my expense, which is fine. It's a day that ends in Y. Fact, hot girls kissing improves rating. There was a time where that was absolutely true. Once one show got away with it, Buffy, everybody started doing it. Everybody started doing it. We have, hang on. I really should get to the squaring up, but I'm having such a good time. We will get to it though. The Prophet, 16 for 50 Australian dollars. Thank you very much. Hi, Gary. I was thinking about missed such an opportunity casting Jared Harris, son of the OG Dumbledore, and legend Richard Harris. I think they actually, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, they considered it and he said no. But yeah, it would have been great. Even Hugh Laurie could have been live and audio Dumbledore. Not that it matters. Black Snape ruins the story. Absolutely. But Hugh Laurie is a very good Dumbledore on the audiobook. Very good. Very good. Thank you, the Prophet 16. I agree. Never forget, Simu is the loser who claimed that boba is cultural appropriation. Dude, you're Canadian. Yeah, he needs to remember he's Canadian. But that's, and it's tired now, but that's the game in Hollywood. Why do you think so many actors came out as bi but never were really gay? Or the actress who played Tilly in Star Trek Discovery came out as queer, even though she's married with kids and has never slept with a woman. It's so they could get roles. They're a bunch of vacuous, empty opportunists. They are adult pretenders. And if you have the right politics, you'll get roles, even if you don't have the talent. I mean, they had him star in a fucking Marvel movie. Favorite Bond theme is the instrumental theme from On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Movie came out when the year I was born. A top movie soundtrack. John Barry was the GOAT. Yes, he was. Quantum Sledgehammer. We read that one. Bubba Doom. Bubba Doom imparting his wisdom upon us all. Mad Dog 1424 for $4.99. Slight spoiler. I laughed out loud at the scene. I told you to eat the pie. That would be fucking terrifying from the Sister Tina POV. Haha. Yeah. Still mad Star Wars ruined lesbian space witches for me. I know. And wow, that'll be the subject of my next video. I mean, people have talked about it, but I have to put in my 2 cents. About Leslie Headland blaming YouTubers. But essentially, when they blame YouTubers, they're blaming you, not us. And Leslie was certainly salty about that. But she would know a thing or two about opportunism. So her rolling out and calling other people grifters when she was given a job after she said she loved all the Star Wars, obviously a huge Star Wars fan, claims to donate to people's Patreons who were Star Wars channels, which is just utter bullshit. Huge Star Wars fan, though. But then she also later admits that she makes everything through a queer lens, which would be opportunistic and grifting, because I highly doubt Leslie Headland was waiting at midnight to watch. I waited at midnight to watch Empire Strikes Back with me mum, because there were limited showings at midnight for Empire and Jedi back in the day. It wasn't a regular practice, but it did happen. I doubt she was working on getting extra allowance money to get, to get an X-Wing fighter. I couldn't afford a Millennium Falcon. I doubt she was a member of the Star Wars fan club and waited for her Bantha tracks I think it was quarter, can't remember. Wait, what happened to WGG Wigden YouTube? I don't know. I don't know. I do not know what you speak of. I do not know. Maybe the chat will know. Name doesn't matter. I'll check. So what StreamYards does, we get a list of the super chats, but it will skip some, and then if you scroll back, you'll find it. So hang on a second. Let me for $5. Name doesn't matter. Says, I wonder how many of those $1 billion movies were good. The Rise of Skywalker hit over $1 billion worldwide, and that movie blows. I would say maybe half were good, but that was they were spoiled. Hollywood was spoiled. I mean, the Lion King remake made $1 billion. Is it the Atrian, the one Atrian? I'm not sure. Sorry. For 20 says, and thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. Watched Spider-Man No Way Home the other day. Totally forgot about the Venom credit scene. Is that an all but lost potential storyline? Yes. Or what have we heard? Hope everyone has fun and safe holidays. Tom Hardy is done with Venom. That's it. That had as much impact as Michael Keaton's end credit sequence in Morbius. My book will be here tomorrow via FedEx. Can't wait to read it. Thanks, Gary. Yeah, there's a whole section here, Gus, of when I scrolled through, wasn't there before. Just got to remember to refresh. Viking Beach Bum for 5 says, Gary, I actually have been to the Real Dairy, Maine, Bangor, and took a photo in front of the Paul Bunyan statue. Pretty cool. Awesome. I don't think I'll ever make it to Maine for any reason whatsoever, but you never know. I drove through there as a kid. Taker 610 for $5. Look on the bright side, Gary. You're not one of those YouTube to prison story. You're not one of those YouTube to prison stories. You also need to visit Batman, Turkey, which is a real city and region. Well, when I go to Turkey, maybe I'll check it out. We are going to go to Turkey someday. What you think I need of Hunger Games 2? Don't watch it. Hunger Games isn't bad, but the movies get worse as they go on. But like, I can sit down and watch a Hunger Games movie. I think some of how they portray entertainment and Hollywood, basically, I think is really accurate. It's supposed to be a parody, but we're getting into that parody predictive, just to piggyback earlier in the week, Thundar comic is Jason Aaron, Kuber Ball, Michael Cho. These guys any good, or will Ariel be in charge and Ookla be trans? Jason Aaron's okay. I think you'll be okay with Jason Aaron. Little overpraised, but he's done some good stuff. I like my steak rare. Just clean the arse and take the horns off, and I'm good. There you go, Penguin Overlord. Skyrim the Shrimp for $5 says, the one great superhero thing I was looking forward to was One Punch Man season 3, but JP staff fucked that up, making it this season's most hated anime. Really? Excuse me. Really? Oh, yeah. I heard some people talking about it. Yeah, I was getting it confused with Chainsaw Man. I was like, well, I thought people were praising it, but no. I heard some people being mad at One Punch Man. Hey, Gary, Hasbro, Wizards of the Coast is legitimately tied to Stranger Things for modern D&D sales, not real Gygax and Arneson old school D&D. I kind of hope they fail. Well, it'll be over after this. They are trying to lean in some of the D&D stuff again this season. F streaming. I have terabytes of music, movies, and retro games on external hard drives backed up locally and the cloud. It's nice and cozy in my world. There you go. Yeah, when you have your own like Plex server and you're good. You're good. I am a physical media guy. I don't have a lot of stuff in storage. I'll never see the answer. I'll ask, is Energy Suit Superman awesome or lame and gay? Lame and gay. Lame and gay, Dan. Sisu Road to Revenge was damn good. Can't wait to see it. Going to see it this weekend. Thanks, Chris. Gary, currently in the process of writing an epic sci-fi story that I can only describe as sci-fi Lord of the Rings. Can I email you the lore timeline I wrote? Yeah. Gary at nerdrotic.com. Thank you, Jake, for $5. As long as the timeline, I can't really read books or even comics because I have a lot of reading to do for my work, and I'm recording an audiobook and I have to focus on that. Watching SG1 is similar to Battlestar Galactica season 1 or BG. I'm guessing BSG. Lots to take in, but once get invested, you're hooked. But it takes a bit to get there, and you will. Oh, I'm fine with. I like that. War of the Worlds review. Oh man, I never got around to that. I really should have done it, but I think the time has passed. But I should have done one. The Skeleton King for $5. Happy Thanksgiving. Spending it with my mom. Her husband passed this year, and the rest of the family lives far. Didn't want her to be alone, so it's just us two. That's awesome. Good son. And those are some of the best. Hey, this holiday, it was just my oldest son's out of town, so it was just me and Mrs. Nerdrotic and Nerdrotic Jr. It was wonderful. It's wonderful. I just spent a bunch of time with 40 people, and it was great. So that served as it was basically Melissa's 22nd. Being married to me for 22 years, she gets trips now. Took her to Paris a couple of years ago, and then we went to Egypt. We had a great time. So that was our anniversary present. But these trips are like going so well that we're going to be doing more. And obviously we're doing Japan. Don't know where the ticket sales are for that, but that's going to be fun. We're going to be checking out megalithic Japan, but we're also going to be doing, if you're not into that, and like if you go on the trip, you can go out on your own and do shit. No, you don't have to go with us. And we're going to go check out some anime stuff, hot toys, the girls and Ryan, because he's gay. We'll go check out Hello Kitty. Yeah, and Ryan's going. That's a selling point, supposedly. Shit, I meant B5 season 1. Oh, B5. Okay. Not BSG, B5. B5 does take a little work, but it's engaging right away. Londo and Jakar, man. Londo and Jakar. Broken University by DK Landtroop. Great series. Thank you, Super or something, for the $10. There you go. And he or she is a new member. Baba Doom. Dude, View to a Kill. Grace Jones launched me into puberty and explains why I have a tendency to look like mean and angry women. Nothing wrong with that, man. Grace Jones was hot. Happy Thanksgiving, Gary. Thank you, Dark Zero. I saw that one. Jay calls him Sikumlu and Chai Tea. That's pretty good for Jay. That's pretty good for Jay. See, god damn this fuck. Okay, I'd ask Noons, but she doesn't live that far away from Egypt. I got a cough. But anybody else who went to Egypt now, it's like I'm getting hungry now. It's 11:12 p.m. and I'm like seriously getting hungry. It's like fuck. When is this going to end? Dang, is this Thanksgiving or Christmas? Well, I mean, the minute for me, like it's all Christmas, right? Thanksgiving is just pre-Christmas. I am a Christmas fan. We will be having our Christmas Eve live stream where we follow Santa. We've been doing that every year. So it's me, Az, Mahler, and whoever else wants to jump in. So you can join us Christmas Eve evening. Babylon 5 rules. Garibaldi rules. I see your Garibaldi there. Just sent the email. Would love to hear what you think. Absolutely. Thanks, Jake. Will do. If a timeline I can read. Okay. The movie that launched me into puberty was Weird Science and Lady in Red. Those are good movies to launch you into puberty. Already at 12 years old. Haha. Same beautiful woman, though. Kelly LeBrock. Kelly LeBrock. Smoke show. Absolute smoke show. So let's get to some of the FNT stuff. before I might have to run down and get a snack. I won't end the stream, but man, this is crazy. Like how hungry I'm getting right now. Sorry, I'm just, oh, that's good. That's good. I say everybody's like starting with Christmas now. Hell yeah. Let's go. All right. So this is from a Friday Night Tights that I was not a part of. So I have no idea what well, I saw it, but I'll have to guess where they were in the conversation. We'll start with English Batchers for £2 Proper Money says Kinnell is the hostess with the mostest. Yes, he is. Yes, he and Garrett controlled the show, guided it well. Probably better than I ever will, but don't get used to it. Daniel Moore for €5.99 says, for Az, your Halloween costume of Mahler's Veilguard character was scarily accurate, and I've never seen you in the same room. Coincidence? Maybe. Daniel Moore for $2.49. No option for Daniel Moore. Devastated. I like you kids very much, says Benjamin Flensborg for 20 Danish krona. And with a name like Flensborg, it's no surprise you donated 20 Danish krona. Flensborg. Last Samurai Standing is high quality action. I got to see that. Check it out. Japan understands compelling archetypes and how to effectively use tropes. Yes, because they aren't concerned with checking boxes. Every year is a smaller fraction of your life, says Brightest Day for $2. Why, thank you. Shorter of breath and one day closer to death. B Dick for $2. What if the pyramids healed Gary's dyslexia? Maybe they did. Joe Merrill for $2. Big Head Gary did a great job and was weirdly calm. Do you think Gary found himself in the pyramids? I did, B Dick. I did. Net Stealer for $2. It's official. Beardo runs TNME and Ryan runs FNT. Oh, give me Ryan. Rob Cortez for $4.99. Mulan said it best. Sometimes you just got to punch something, fix things, and cook outdoors. There you go. What year would you guys say was the last good year for video games and movies? For me, it's 2012. Would you agree, chat? Last good year for movies. Last good, not peak year, not like, because I actually agree with Matt Walsh saying peak year 2007, 8, 9. Those are your peak years. But what was the last good year for movies where we had a solid slate of movies? 2014? $2018 wasn't bad. Baby Caleb. I think if you're just talking to like solid, right? Not peak, but solid, maybe 2018. Might be kind of a stretch, though. As far as games are concerned, I don't know. Many say 2012, 2013. Spoiler, the Wicked Witch dies at the end of the Wicked. Damn it, Burn, for $5. Jesus. Waiting for the Asteroid for $49.99. Excuse me. I love the Wicked play and was interested in the movies, but I couldn't stand Cynthia or Ariana and their gay shit and lost interest. I'm surprised Cynthia didn't shave down 2 of her fingers just for Ariana. Oh, love from Cali and hail to the fellowship. Hail. Waiting for the Asteroid. Thank you. Yeah, the thing, what was better about the play was the women were hot, and Ariana Grande is not hot. She's very young, so it's hard for me to see her like it, but she is not an attractive girl. She's too fucking skinny. She looks awful. She looks like a human head on a skeleton. And Cynthia Erivo, even she looks better with hair, but she's not an attractive woman in any stretch in any world. She is not an attractive woman. Yeah, they look drugged out. They look drugged out. They do, but I think it's like Ozempic, not eating. It looks like an eating disorder for as far as Ariana Grande is concerned, because she used to look pretty normal. I honestly don't know why the fuck she's famous, because I'm too old. So was she like a Nickelodeon kid or some shit? Disney kid? I honestly don't know, and I don't care. But I mean, like, it's hard to attribute like hotness to somebody. I'm sure she's like fucking 30 now, but she's like young, looks like a kid to me. So I would just say she's not attractive. Pop star. Well, I knew she was a pop star, but didn't she get her start on some fucking Nickelodeon or Disney show? Who knows? The Zeldarian. Oh, from Ghostbusters 2016. I was like, what the fuck is that? Oh, I didn't see Ghostbusters 2016. Axiom Sarah for $2 says, the Ocarina of Time remake is rumored to be the next game. Make new shit. OG Veteran for $4.99 says, we need another Chrissy Grace Randolph impression ASAP. I think we missed the opportunity, but Grace will give us another one soon. Grace will give us another one soon. Slow traffic, move to the right. I'm sending a super chat in the semi. Oh shit, Bubba Doom. Be careful. But you're skilled. You're skilled, Bubba Doom. Bubba Doom's a truck driver, by the way. For $5. I have to say, this is a kinder, gentler, punctual, and heterosexual version of FNT. Congratulations and thank you for Shad. Love ya, but Twilight sucks. Defending Truth for $2. I like the LOZ movie. I don't know. When it was called Legend. I loved Legend, by the way. I love Legend. I love that fucking movie. Narco says, Thanksgiving is now over. You have my permission to celebrate Christmas. Well, it's not over here, buddy. We got 39 more minutes. But you know what? I'm celebrating Christmas already, so I'm right there with you. The liberal freaks are losing their minds over the casting of Zelda being a female. Isn't she supposed to be a female? Giggity for $5. They won't let Gary escape with the secrets of the pyramids. He knows too much. It's been a good run, boys. F's for Gary. I made it. And I've got my secrets. And now that I'm back and my my Twitter bio says Android app in Egypt, I have to read this statement. Egypt is the greatest country on earth. All the pyramids were made by Egyptians. It was a national project. Down with Israel. That was the only way they'd let me out. Yeah, they don't like Israel there. I am sure I'm breaking some news. Hey, the one base thing, you say based. You know it's based about it's just a joke. You know what's based about Egypt is they have this weird fucking driving system where they don't pay attention to the lanes, and it looks chaotic to an American. It took me a week to figure it out, but there are no accidents, and they just kind of swerve around and go wherever the fuck they want, and they just hit their fucking horns all the time to let you, and not to like be annoying, to let you know I'm here, buddy. I'm right here. I'm right behind you, and there were no accidents. And you want to know why? No women were driving. It's legal there, but I didn't see a single woman driving a car. And I saw one accident. And you know what the accident was? A car rear-ended a horse-drawn carriage. And not one of the touristy horse-drawn carriages. No, one that's used every day for practical use. Gary was searching for Dio in Kyra. Ronnie James Dio? Rest in peace. Pour one out for one of the greatest metal singers of all time. The Lone Boomer for $2. 70 years old. Watch Star Wars opening week. Hell yeah. Man, you were old enough to like see what was going on. I was 7 when it came out. Gagency says Zero the Hero for $2. Grimmeth for 5 Canadian pesos says update from Super Chat last week. Won 2 matches out of 6, 41st place out of 54. Pretty great for a new player. Only playing Warhammer 40K since August. Oh, that's good. That sounds good. Well done. Put the Pharaoh hat back on, Ryan. Geez, yeah. Did he take it off? Fiesta Cat. Thank you for the $1.99. Brightest Day for $2 says the unfortunate return of lesbian headlamp. Yes. She had to pop off again. Serbian diners, what you think with Gary and Longman? I don't know what that means. Maybe something was lost in translation there. Sorry. I have never dined in Serbia. Today he's quarter Asian, Garrett. He can identify like that. Shad has been watching Sanderson writing lectures for advice on my novel. I didn't know he hated Last Jedi and did a movie commentary. FNT guest one day? Yeah, he did. A lot of people have because Last Jedi really sucked. Kill Gannon 84 for $10 says, Ryan, I'm in Charlotte and recently, do you have a tiki torch with you? I recently matched with a girl on Tinder who told me she's a Honduran illegal immigrant. Would it be fucked up to set up a date and call ICE and tell them they would pick her up? That would be fucked up. I mean, why don't you just go on the date? I don't think you're going to get laid. Our Robber Ross for 5 British pounds. Thoughts on the Amazon Stargate announcement with Brad Wright and Joseph Malazzi on board? I'm cautiously optimistic. Well, the Stargate fans are excited. And do you think it's a coincidence that Stargate gets announced for a new series when I'm in Egypt? No. Seeing Ryan's Yakubian skull wearing that headdress as the power of technology flowing through my veins, says Burn for $5. You know, one of my best friends from school was named Yakub Abawath. Good dude. Jonas for 50 Swedish krona. Hi, guys and girls, and non-binary ass equals P. If you haven't talked about Stargate coming back, what do you think about this now that Amazon owns it? Well, see, that's the problem. Even if you have your creators coming back, I don't want to piss on your parade and be a Debbie Downer. But Russell T. Davies, who made some pretty fucking good Doctor Who in the past, came back and made the worst Doctor Who ever made. Time changes people. Axel Foley for $2. So Gary is the reason the show is always late. Well, yeah. You didn't think it wasn't? You want to know why the show is always late. And it's still my fault. So I'm not shirking any responsibility. I'm no woman. I'm going to accept my accountability. I roll in. I'm getting better, but I roll in about 10 minutes before. And the link gets sent out a half an hour before. Everybody else rolls in about 10 minutes. We haven't talked to each other all week. So we just start bullshitting. And we could just, now, is it stuff you can't hear? Honestly, it is. We could just hit record and go, because we've often had like really good segments of the show that aren't live. And I have to yell at people going, save it for the show, because they just start talking about the TV show we're going to talk about. It'll happen this week. It'll absolutely happen this week. So everybody gets there and they'll be all Stranger Things. My guys, shh, save it for the show. So that's why we're late. That's why we're late. Hey, whatever brings you here. But boredom is a word. You know what? We weren't helicopter parents. Our kids, I was really blessed with really good kids. Didn't mouth off. And it probably had a lot to do with when you set your kids down, first time they get in trouble and you go. And I recommend every parent do this. You don't have to go to prison. You can lie to your kids. You lie to your kids all the time. Sit your kids down and tell them a prison story. You know, this one time in prison, son. And then once you tell them that, they tend to be more cooperative. Know what I'm saying? Parenting 101 for me. But we wouldn't allow them to say bored. And they knew better, because if they said they were bored, we gave them something to do. There is no boredom in this fucking house. Nuh-uh. Is everything clean? Everything dusted? Do you have everything done? Then I guess you're not bored. Just record the early stuff and put it on the platform. There you go. Especially when I lose them. And usually they're like on my head. Especially sunglasses. If Amazon grapes Stargate, I'm going to flip out. Aston, it could happen. It's a very good possibility. Thank you for the $1.99. Big Ounce for $5. Weekly Marvel versus DC. This one is the Arab-grown terrorist versus the Nazi. Raja Ghul versus Red Skull. Red Skull smokes him. Raja Ghul. Raza Ghul. Red Skull. Red Skull smokes him. Does anybody disagree with that? Yeah, he could jump into a Lazarus pit, but every time he jumped back out, Red Skull would just go. And Red Skull is powerful. You might like Ra's al Ghul better because you're a DC guy, but Red Skull smokes him. Underused villain. Marvel fucked that one up. Last one from the Square Up. Winter GS for $5. FNT, the Schlurpo edition. When X-Ray Girl goes to Japan, will there be a geisha X-Ray? Or maybe maid X-Ray? Thanks for everything and hugs and smoochies. Winter, you've given this some thought, I see. These are not things I think about. Ever. Okay? But I know you guys do. There'll be a little anime girl, X-Ray girls making, the anime girls make that beep noises they fucking make. You know what I like from Japan? I mean, besides Godzilla, baby metal. I like baby metal. How could you fucking tell? Men are speaking. Ladies, silence. For $5. Who is the most dangerous non-superhero villain of the Marvel DC image? You can't pick Tony Stark. Who is the most dangerous non-superhero? Dangerous non-superhero. In Marvel DC image. Dr. Doom. Now he acquires powers, but he's just a man. Dr. Doom. Lex Luthor is pretty dangerous. Kingpin, pretty dangerous. If you want to go over to DC and head into Watchmen, Ozymandias, pretty dangerous. Joker, obviously. That's kind of on the nose, but yes, Joker. He does, but he acquires magic. But yeah, Joker, Bullseye. Punisher. I mean, that's a good point. Yes. Galactus was mortal, but it's way different. Lois Lane. Don't fuck with Aunt May. Okay, where was I? Hang on a second. I lost my place. The amount of gays in 1980s small town Hawkins, Indiana is astonishing. It is. It is. Hello, Dark Schwartz Rising. Thank you for the 1999. Griff Nizzle. Latent gay with chat, but what's wrong with El Camino? Is it Jesse Focus? Jesse is the worst character. F Jesse and the actor that played him. Well, he's a I'm forgetting his name right now. He's completely fucking obnoxious. He was, I take responsibility. Yeah, fuck that guy. Sorry, Gary. Just surprised to see my @ now. Yeah, I don't like it. It's not your fault. Skyrim, the shrimp for $5. Yeah, it looks like they used AI in some scenes, and the scenes that aren't fight scenes look like flip book animation. At least I still have manga. For One Punch Man. Speaking of audiobooks, which Lord of the Rings audio would you recommend? Oh man, you are spoiled with great choices. You can go old school with Robert Inglis, but the Andy Serkis books are phenomenal. And then Christopher Lee reads The Children of Hurin. Highly recommend that one. I read that one. I read that one too. Here we go. Winning of Mamdani reminds me how Nepalese Communist Party won. The right wing got so bad, the leftists were destined to win. Same stuff happening in the US, just happened in the UK. Yeah. Because we have these splinter movements now. And that's what I warned people at the time. You'll see who was like Ben Shapiro was never Trump. Nick Fuentes backed away from Trump. A lot of them were just never about it. They just hitched a wagon for a little while to keep their notoriety, but the first chance they get to jump off, they jumped off. Expecting a president to accomplish everything he said he was going to do within the first 100 days, much less a term, is naive. I think Trump has accomplished a lot. I also think he's, like, his first administration made a bunch of mistakes too, and that's going to happen. The thing is, he's better than Kamala, and we can, what I didn't get to finish my point, on peers, but I was going to say the one thing I'm grateful, because the question was supposed to be, they gave us questions in advance, was like, what are you thankful for on Thanksgiving about the UK? And I was going to say, I'm thankful that we get to see an example of what would have happened if Kamala would have won. But everybody's ignoring that. And we're seeing a lot of content creators, influencers, be one issue voters, right? So they don't get their one pet issue and they leave. And, I think Candace has jumped off. I chick's a fraud, always has been. Just go back and look at her, not, with 10 years ago when she was doxing people in a massive SJW, but whatever. Not surprised about that at all. But everybody's freaking out about Israel, and like both sides, the extremes on both sides are equally fucking annoying. And I don't give a shit about wars and sandboxes, and I don't give a shit about wars anywhere else. I give a shit about America. That's what we need to fix. And it's going to take more than Trump. It's going to take, and the one thing I loved that Trump did that no president has done in my lifetime was bring people from the other party in to kind of fix this shit. And the FBI has been a mess, but I think the FBI should just be dissolved. I'm a fan of dissolving all the 3-letter agencies. They're not doing what they're supposed to do, and they're going against Americans, and they will be weaponized again. But if we don't solidify and just, you know what, we're not going to get everything we want. But if we don't solidify as common sense people, I am not a registered Republican, nor will I ever be. And I think I every day I feel much better about that decision. I'm an independent, but if we don't like come together and fix the rot in our fucking government, we're fucked. And this was our best chance. And you know, this is why, like, just the whole right-wing sphere, there's some good people in there, but it's as Hollywood as Hollywood. It's as gay as Hollywood. It's as drug-fueled as Hollywood. It is as fake as Hollywood. And you're seeing it. It's on display. And everything's a fucking mess right now. And I talk about it on Piers. Like, since the death of Charlie Kirk, that should have galvanized people. And it did for a little while. And then they all fucking broke off. And basically a bunch of people are trying to steal his fucking clout. And it's disgusting. The clout, that the vacuum of clout that he left, people want to steal that mantle, right? And it's not going to get us anywhere. It's not going to get us anywhere. Sharks in the water. It's exactly what it was. But you can't blackpill. Some of us have kids, but some of you are very young. You have a future. You want to live in this country. We can't afford to blackpill. And I said it during the election, after the election, before the election. Trump can't fix this, and we can't put all our hopes in a president or a single politician or even a single movement. We have to put it in us. So we have to go out and vote locally. We have to pay attention who's on a school board, whether we have kids in school or not. We have to know all of our county supervisors. We have to question why here in Texas, so many Democratic judges are running unopposed, up to 22, and fix that immediately, because there needs to be balance. And we are so fucking out of balance right now. And we have the chance to get it back. This one fucking chance. And you see, and you're seeing on full display who was really about making this country better and who was just about themselves. It's on full display. It's very unfortunate. But yeah, Mamdani should be a wake-up call. But honestly, I think it'll be a wake-up call for New York. I am all for them voting him in. And I've lived through this before, and I know how this fucking story ends. Because I lived in San Francisco when Mayor London Breed was there, and she is the female Mamdani. And there was communists on the city council. And they all got their asses kicked out after 7 years roughly of their bullshit and crime. And San Francisco will never recover. They are in a doom loop. Same thing's going to happen in New York. People just think, well, it's New York. It'll always be this way. No, it won't. Cities fall apart all the time. You don't think New York could become Detroit? You think New York's got some significance because of its location and just its population? Well, it's the media capital of the world. Not really. Media is breaking off. There will be no centralized media. It's the financial capital of the world. Well, some of those financial institutions are starting to build places in Texas now. Why do you think that is? Because they're going to fucking bail. So you might have the most population, and you will have the most broke population very soon, and you voted for it. And I'm not going to feel sorry for you. And I would recommend, if you're a based New Yorker or you have common sense, why are you there? Why are you there? If you have unless you can't move. There's people who can't move because it's really fucking expensive. But if you have the resources, get the fuck out. But I love New York. You love the idea of New York. The New York you love does not exist anymore. The San Francisco I liked, can't say I ever loved it, but San Francisco I liked does not exist anymore. The San Diego I grew up in and loved does not exist anymore. And I love where I live now. Absolutely love it. But if you're in a place where there is just no hope because of districting and stuff, like, do you think there's going to be a Republican mayor in New York in your lifetime? Let the city fall. Oh, come on, Gary. Ryan can't be a childish. Oh, Ryan can't be childish. Yes, of course he can. What's up, Ian? Happy Thanksgiving. Rebecca Gold movie finished. You have the link. Let me know what you think. Hey, that rhyme, buddy. I will. You know what I also have a link to, guys? I don't watch Fox News. Like, ever. I don't watch mainstream news ever. I think I got a link to Fackham Hall. Going to be watching it I think tomorrow morning. Fackham Hall. I guess they Jimmy Carr shared our trailer reaction. They sent me a link. So I'm going to watch it. I'll let you know, spoiler free, what I think. 1987 was stacked with great films. It was. The 80s were. Thanksgiving is over. You can now, I've read that one, but yes, celebrate Christmas. Ariana Grande has the body of someone who died in the Irish potato famine and the face of someone who survived it. Dean Lawley. Oh, I also have most Playboy DVD rips for science. Of course, for research purpose. You're archiving them. You are doing the human race a favor by archiving those. Gary, happy Thanksgiving. Also, RTU ate his daughter's eyes. He's boring. He's bald. He deleted his million sub channel. Oh, okay. Review Tech USA. Did he delete his channel? I don't get that guy. I don't get why people watched him. I don't get it. Is it called Review Tech USA? Is it RTU? No. Did he really delete his channel? Well, good for him. Could you look back and find my PS3 my Picard season 3 question? Yeah, Zion, of course. Of course. Give me just a moment, okay? The Misfits, horror business. Fuck yeah. My favorite punk rock band ever. I was going to share there's a Vandals Christmas album, and they have a song that I think is the most appropriate Christmas song for the times we're in. It's called My First Christmas as a Woman. My story of Thanksgiving is last Friday. I got to meet Shatner doing an interview last Friday at a Wrath of Khan showing. And then Sam Witwer, was in the lobby too. And he also was really nice. Oh, and he played Shatner in Reunification, which was fantastic, by the way. Archer Merchant. All right. So we got, hang on. Zion, you are a new member. Do you think they will fix Picard season 3 Blu-ray? The D money shot they screwed up on the transfer. Supposedly they fixed that. Okay. They said that they you could send in your copy and they fixed it. I don't know if they did. I never bothered, but yeah, they fucked up on an effects scene because they rushed it out. Yeah, good question. I think they did fix it though. I think if you buy a newer copy, it's fixed. But they were supposed to like trade in the copy. You were supposed to go to a website or something and you can trade it in. Jimbit 2954 says, don't spoil because I haven't finished, but the Duffers are pussies if they don't end up killing the Wheeler parents. I will not comment on that. The Geezer of Pyramids saw the pyramids of Giza, says Mighty Balzac. Projects Matic for $1.99. Hannibal Lecter would be a great Batman villain. Yes, he would. I feel that, Gary. I just got back from Spain on Friday. First stop was Bucky's. Sleep schedule is still fucked. ST5 is mid. Stranger Things 5 is mid. Nepo Hawk is awful. Yeah, I'm tired of her. I am tired of her. All right, so we're going down here. I'm just going to work my way up to where I was, so we'll get to the latest one. John Wayne, 1985 for $10. Hey, Gary, if you want to check out some really good AI slop before you leave, please check out Lord of the Rings, Sons of the Fellowship MC biker parody music video from Sagalore AI. Sagalore, is it on YouTube? Sagalore AI. Let me take a look at that. Saga. Why did I say Saga? Sagalore AI. There's Tech Boys, there's Star Wars, there's Star Trek, there's Pirates. Is it new? Lord of the Rings, Council of Cartels. Is that it? Oh, here it is. Sons of the Fellowship. That is long. We will check it out at the end. Okay. We will check it out at the end. Thank you, John Wayne. Trump just ended third world migration to the U.S. Let's fucking go. He slowed it down quite a bit, and disincentivized. And listen, I don't want people to be poor. I don't want people to be hungry, but you need to fix your own country. And you know what? We're trying to fix countries when we need to fix our country. And we need to focus on our country. All right. And if some people like Joe Rogan don't have the stomach for some of the shit that's going to happen, then we're fucked, dude. Joe was saying it earlier, and I love Joe, but like, dude, some really fucking tough decisions have to be made, and they have to be made by a president who's in his second term, who's not worried about re-election, because we're always trapped by politicians who are seeking election. So they're going to kick the can down the road with interest rates, with immigration and all that shit. And nothing ever gets fixed. And it's made worse. And now we have a second Trump presidency who's going to have to fucking do some tough stuff, including putting on tariffs, which is going to affect the economy. But in the long term, it's going to fix our trade, our unfair trading policy, where people are completely fucking us. We are subsidizing the entire fucking world, and we can't do it. Alec Baldwin's finger pointed out in Egypt, all over the fucking the museums there, it says paid for by USAID. Paid for by, you know what that means? Paid for by the American people. Paid for by the American people. And you know what I'm getting? I'm getting fucking hustled in the fucking museum. You pay to get in the museum, and then people who are wandering around there, security guards, try to hustle you for extra money all the fucking time. And I'm paying for all this shit. So I shouldn't be hustled if I'm paying for all this shit. But yeah, we need to fix our shit first. Can't fix anybody else's, and I'm not really a fan of doing that anyway. I'm very non-interventionist. I saw a video where Haiti wants reparations from mostly France, but some from America, particularly Citibank, who did do some pretty harsh loans on them about 100-something years ago, made them pay back double. And I think the number they want, Haiti wants in reparations from France, and it shouldn't be from the American people. If you want to get reparations from a fucking bank, I don't give a shit. But for $21 billion, if you put $21 billion into fucking Haiti right now, You would just make a bunch of gang members extremely rich and it wouldn't fix a fucking thing. And what's strange is on the same island, Dominican Republic, doing great, doing just fine. Yeah, lots of hard decisions need to be made. Money is not going to fix all of them. Certainly America has done their share of sticking their nose where it doesn't fucking belong and destabilizing countries, particularly our CIA. That shit needs to stop too. I don't know what the answer is. As a fan of Fallout and seeing what Amazon did to that, Stargate fans should be prepared to be disappointed and angry. And Fallout comes up pretty soon, right? Fallout Season 2 is December 17th. That was a big hit for Amazon, but I didn't like it. I did not like it. I started listening to Lord of the Rings audiobooks and realized how much content they cut out in the Fellowship. Would Tom Bombadil worked if he wasn't cut out? Tom Bombadil was going to be a tough sell in a movie. If you did and they will do this someday and it'll probably suck, but if they do a series, you can certainly put him in for sure. And I love Tom Bombadil. I do, but I kind of love that he's only in the books. I'm okay with that. They really need to see a bunch of naked hobbits running around. Yes, there's naked hobbits in the book. Sorry, coughing again. But I like that he's only in the books. I love Tom Bombadil. I love the concept of Tom Bombadil. There's so many theories about Tom Bombadil, like what he is. My favorite one is he is just leftover remnants of the Song of Creation, and it just formed into Tom Bombadil. He's very much like Treebeard, but not necessarily something that was intended in creation. Like Iluvatar did not intend to make Tom Bombadil. It just happened. I kind of like that idea, don't you? Yeah, he's like the opposite of Ungoliant. Yes. Yes. You were correct, chat. But I'm glad you're liking the audiobooks. They're fantastic. Dark Zero. Fable of Man for $49.99. Sorry. No family here with me in Arizona, so it's great to spend it with you. Oh, awesome. And you in the Fellowship for any medium. What is the one character that inspired and or continues to inspire you to be the best version of yourself? Mine is Gandalf. Aside from Gandalf, an inspirational character. See, this is the trick that nobody can repeat from Tolkien, Fable of Man. You could subvert Tolkien all you fucking want, but it is hard, difficult, near impossible unless you are extremely talented to write an inspirational story, especially when you have an adventure fantasy story that's highly inspirational. Is there anything inspirational in A Song of Ice and Fire? Is there anything inspirational in Watchmen? Spider-Man. I know it's going to sound silly, but Spider-Man always inspired me. The one thing that I think everybody loves about Spider-Man is a lot of bad things happen to him, and he never goes evil, and he never quits. He'll complain, like a lot, but his superpower is his tenacity, his toughness, his unwillingness to quit. So yes, Gandalf was always my go-to. But sorry, I was reaching for a drink there. But Spider-Man. Yes, Spider-Man. And Rocky Balboa. Cheers, buddy. And thank you for the 50. Have you seen the 80s classic Gymkhana? The U.S. recruits an Olympic gymnastic to fight in a mortal arts tournament. Martial arts, not mortal arts. That'd be different. I've seen it like on TV. I haven't seen it all the way through though. Vaping is a crutch. Absolutely. The road to hypnosis for $2. Undeniably true. Undeniably true. Pope Zombie Stomp for 50. What did you think of the show Legion? I have watched it through twice and I still don't know what I think. Hail chat, hail the super straights, Beardo Gay. I reviewed it on this channel early days. We did live reviews. I liked it for the first 2 seasons. And then we passed that line of demarcation into TDS and Me Too, and it went completely intersectional and woke. But particularly the first season, were a trip. And for a comic book that I did not like very much, because Legion is an X-Men show from FX. So Legion is an X-Men. Professor X's kiddo. I thought it was very good. I thought it was in that little space of time where Fox was like starting to figure out the X-Men and doing like fun stuff with them, with First Class and Days of Future Past and Deadpool and Logan and Legion. They had a little slice there where they're like, you're doing pretty good with X-Men. You're doing pretty good. But then it went to shit in season 3. Was it Harry Lloyd plays Professor X? Better question, Geisha or Made QBG? Oh, Made. Quarter Black Garrett for sure. Who is the most dangerous non-superhero? I read that one already. Okay. Did you ever have a take on Tales of the Dark Knight when Batman got strung out on roids and speed? It broke my heart the first time I read it. Oh, on Venom? Or roids and speed? Venom is great. But then there's the, well, I mean, I think it's kind of natural for Batman to try that stuff and go through that process. I loved it. Captain's Orders is goated Marvel moment for me. Captain's Orders. And thank you, Splice Stream. My inspiration was Tommy Oliver from MMPR, forced to be evil, forced to become a leader, then forced to become a mentor, excelled at all of it, but only wanted a family. I don't know if he inspired me, but one of my favorite characters is Angel from Buffy and Angel, who can, at the drop of it, I mean, it's addiction. I don't think Joss Whedon meant it this way, but it's addiction. You are one hit away from turning into the villain. And his one hit away comes from becoming content and perfectly happy. But he still does the right thing. And Angel is a never-ending series of a never-ending series of losses. They lose to evil like a lot, like almost all the time. But they still fight. So the thing about the X-Files too. Most of the X-Files don't get fucking answered, or they just outright lose. They're fighting the impossible. And there's something I really fucking like about that. Apple makes great original TV series like Pluribus, Severance, Silo, Bad Monkey, Dark Matter, but always obligatory gay characters. Yep. Apple just gets too woke for me. I like Silo. I didn't like the second season. I'm going to try to get into Severance some more. It's well made. It's extremely well made. And I'm not going to come out and say it sucks. I think the best thing I could say is it's not necessarily for me because I'm not that into the mystery, because I'm guessing it's going to be super mundane. And that's my problem with Stranger Things. That was my problem with fucking Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot was great. And then it goes into like this, I'm sorry, mundane, I was an abused child story. And it's like, oh, fuck, is that all you did with it? Really? I thought you were going to do something a little higher concept. But it was just, no, abused child. Yeah. Then they made the dad a fucking, like a pedo. It's like, fuck off. So I hated the end of Mr. Robot. I thought they were going to go higher concept with that. Stranger Things looks like it's going that way too. Like it's just Vecna. And it looks like Vecna was an abused child. I don't know. And I felt that way in season 4, by the way. So that's not a season 5 revelation. I felt that way in season 4. That Vecna will be made this monster because he was an abused child. I was just hoping that there was something that imbued him with the power, like an eldritch god. But no, it's just going to be like, there's really nothing supernatural in Stranger Things. It's all like science-based science fiction horror, which I thought it'd be a little more than that, you know? But yeah, with high concept stuff on Apple, that's really good. But like Murderbot, I couldn't fucking stand it. Because I like the concept, but it was just, it looked like a DEI checklist. Watch Dark. It's a fucking great series. But you got to give it up to Apple. They're trying new things more than anybody. Bummed that there will be no War of the Worlds review. It was peak cinema and deserves all the Oscars. It deserves them more than one woke after another, which I'm still going to do a review of that for sure. But I'm going to wait for the Oscars. Kind of like I did with Amelia Perez. I'm going to wait till the Oscars come around because it's going to fucking win them all. Gary, do you agree with me that the best part of Picard season 3 was the cat and mouse stuff in the nebula in the first 4 eps or so? Fantastic tension. Yeah. And it was like, they weren't doing anything new. It was just Star Trek 2, but it was really fun. I liked it. And yes, it starving man in the desert, did it have something to do with that? Absolutely. 100%. I didn't even know I was that hungry for good Star Trek, where it's like, you get something that's pretty good. It's like, I'm fucking happy. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Affleck's Daredevil is far superior to Born Again. It is, particularly the director's cut. If you think about the movie is a summary of the 3 seasons, it is. I like Daredevil, the movie. I wish there was a 4K of it. I do. But I have the director's cut. I also have my 6x9 banner from my store of the Daredevil movie with big old Ben Affleck on it. I don't know where to put it. I have no room for it. Well, I do, but my wife doesn't want it sitting in our living room. So I read that one. They really need an omnibus of Tales of the Dark Knight. The first 50 issues of that comic, mostly very good and underrated. Could not agree more. Love that book. I have an entire run. You know what? I mean, you could ask for an omnibus, but Zion, I think if you go and here, I'll look right now. Un momento. I gotta put that in there. Tales of the Dark Knight complete. All right, let's do lot. Or is it? Hang on a second. Yeah, it's Legends. What the hell was I thinking? Legends of the Dark Knight. Hang on. If we go, let's see if there's a complete run. Yeah, here we go. Ooh, that's kind of pricey. Wow. Why are they so pricey? I don't think you'd have to pay that much. So here is Batman Legends of the Dark Knight 1 through 214 complete set with annuals. They want $750. I would not fucking pay that. Hell no. Hell no. Now, here is a Batman Legends of the Dark Knight 128 comic books, near complete, very fine, near mint for $300. I'm like, okay, that's more realistic. $750 though? Hell no. You could do your hunting and go find these things for mostly $1 a piece. Sug watched Stargate Atlantis before Stargate 1. Trust me, even though you started Stargate 1, you just watched Stargate Atlantis. It gets really good with Momoa joins. Thanks. And then somebody will tell me the opposite, Sledge. I'm just going to watch it in order, but thank you. I'm going to watch it in the order it came out. Thank you for becoming a YouTube member. Yeah, so Legends of the Dark Knight, I mean, aside from the first couple of issues, you could probably find in dollar bins, and it would be much cheaper and a better experience than an omnibus. I know it's not as easy to store, but you can also buy, they have these vinyl cases where you can that fit on bookshelves. I use those. I don't know. I don't like I'm not a big trade paperback, but I understand omnibuses are really easy to store. They are. I will watch once I'm done with Stargate 1. I will watch Stargate Atlantis. I will. Hugh Jackman is coming to Milwaukee for a premiere of a new movie that will be serving custard at the Cops Frozen Custard. Oh, is it for the Neil Diamond movie? That one actually looks pretty good. So like Neil Diamond cover band, family story. Chris said it's really good. Oh yeah, Amelia Perez was going to win it all. And those tweets came just before the Oscar voting, where he praised Hitler, which is the only thing that's going to cancel a trans person, apparently. The only thing. Garrett, ever see Dark Matters, Twisted but True with John Noble from LOR and Fringe? Loved the short run of that show. I have not. Gus. I have not seen that one. Love John Noble, though. And I love Denethor memes. They make me laugh every time. Gary, Shag collects leather-bound books. Does he have many leather-bound books? Does his apartment smell of rich mahogany? If there was a fancy leather-bound version of some comic book omnibus, what would it be, assuming it's $125 price? Hang on just a second. I'll show you one. I'll show you two. Little show and tell. One of these books got me through prison. I would highly recommend you pick these up. Oops, wrong button. The complete Frank Miller Batman. It is genuine leather. And it has Batman Year One, Wanted, Santa Claus, Dead or Alive, and The Dark Knight Returns. There's also Stacked Deck, the greatest Joker stories ever told, in purple leather. Expanded edition. These are both from Longmire Press. They came from the late 80s, early 90s. Highly recommend getting these because they're leather. But yeah, this bad boy went to prison with me. Well, was sent to me there, and I read it. So that's why it's a little scuffed. It's a little scuffed. Me so bored, don't care about your discourse. Yeah, we Acolyte video coming out. I don't know when. Whenever Perry's done. Whenever Perry is done. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Saturday. We'll see. And then I'm going to do a Stranger Thing review for Sunday. God, I got to watch it again. They're fucking long episodes. I'm a returning member technically. I've been with your channel since you barely knew that people were in the chat. Holy shit, Zion. Finances are shit. Well then, oh God, by all means, just lurk. It's all good. By all means, take care of yourself first, please. Please, 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 please. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And thanks for watching. That's all I ask. Have you been watching Welcome to Derry? I was asked earlier, Spectral Heartless for $1.99. And I watched one episode. I wasn't enthralled, but I didn't hate it. And I'm going to catch up once I catch up with Pluribus and Tulsa King, which will probably be this weekend. Gary had a choice: lose his omnibus or his anal virginity. Yikes. Unfortunately, listen, books are not anything that are going to get stolen in a prison. Books, I mean, like you got a big old pack of cigarettes or something, makes you a target, but books, no. I hope Egypt was cool. Love your stuff. I'm not even into comics. You and the team have a great content. Well, thank you, Mike. Well, honestly, other than real BBC, not much to talk about. I still enjoy them. They are still my favorite hobby. They are still my favorite hobby, but nothing to really talk about in the comic book realm. Absolute Batman is all the talk, and it's just another take on fucking Batman from Scott Snyder, who's been around for 20 years. It's not going to do anything to save the comic book industry. DC basically did their own Ultimate line finally. 25 years after Marvel did its Ultimate line, which doesn't help the main line. And it keeps comic shops from absolutely bleeding out, which is great, but it does nothing to fix your legacy. As far as the comic industry is concerned, what a lot of creators are finding out, like Scott Snyder, is they need DC. They go out on their own. Nobody really gives a shit. It's like a movie star being attached to Captain. It's like Chris Evans. He's very popular as Captain America. Scott Snyder, very popular writing DC, but writing on his own, not so prominent. And that's the trade-off for working for Daddy Corporation. You get your validation, you get your prominence from Batman, something somebody else created. They tried to go out on their own and do some crowdfunding, found out that was pretty difficult. And a lot of them just go running back to DC. Thing is, DC and Marvel don't have the money to pay them as much as they did. I'm sure they gave Snyder a pretty penny. But you would be shocked, outside of like Jim Lee and Todd McFarlane and some upper tier names, you'd be shocked on how little they make, considering like how prominent they are in their field and how talented a lot of them are. But there's just not a lot of money in it. That's why when Hollywood came a calling, which really started fucking up comics even before the woke stuff, dude, they all ran to go make a 4-issue series for Netflix to pick up, and it worked. Dude, I was at Artist Alley in 2009 or 10, and Netflix had people walking around Artist Alley and fucking signing people. I was there when the Boondocks got picked up. That was crazy. That was at a WonderCon. But yeah, that's why they were all running to get adapted on a streaming series, and it worked for a lot of them. Paid off for my buddy Derek Robertson when the boys finally got picked up. But yeah, there's just not the money into it. And we've lost that old school comic creator who just loves comic books. I mean, love or hate Rob Liefeld, he loves comic books. He loves comic books. John Byrne loves comic books. And just that's what they want to do. You're telling Eric to go to bed? Shit, it's like 10. It's 10 o'clock for Eric. Kara, you go to bed, Kara. With the rise of AI and Sora, in a few years, fans will finally make a proper Terminator 3, and the irony of AI making it possible is not lost on me. That is kind of funny. Please watch anime with gang. It is peak. I can't get everybody to watch anime. I'll watch some for sure, but it's probably better than the shit we're watching. One of two, has X-Ray Girl considered reviewing Stargate? We would have to ask her. She probably would. Dear Mr. Gary, your interest in Atlantis makes me want to share a great novel called Decipher by Stel Pavla. I wanted to send you a copy, but I can't find it large print. So you have to find a digital copy. Let me know. Very funny. 2% right. I'll find a copy. I will find a copy. Remember the Lost Dutchman, mine in Arizona, and mine as when you go. Hundreds of people went missing. Be a great final frontier show. Oh, yeah, I'd do that. Oh, that's right. I'm going to Arizona in a week. That's right. Randall Carlson. Oh, I think I can talk about this. I don't know if it's for sure. But there is a possibility this Tuesday I'll be on a live stream with Graham Hancock and Randall Carlson. You heard me right. This Tuesday. Jake, I will get it right now. You missed my super chat earlier about the Ayer cut. Let's take a look. There it is. Gary, thought Stranger Things was okay. A bit disappointing. Episode 4 was solid, though. They finally gave Will a spine. Okay, that's one. Cobra Kai was perfect. That's the other. Okay, here it goes. Gotcha. Thanks, Jake. Sorry about that. Man, I really hope we see the Ayer cut someday. So do I. Apparently, WB cut a Batman and Killer Croc action scene. WB is so retarded. How could they cut that? They're fucking retarded. They're retarded. I want the Ayer cut badly. You know what? I want the Ayer cut more than I want anything from James Gunn. Period. Hail and happy Thanksgiving. Philosophize on the Clone Saga, please. Oh, Spider-Man Clone Saga? I like it as a novelty. At the time, people couldn't stand it, and it did. I mean, it's kind of hard to believe now, but it did oversaturate Spider-Man at the time. But I'm a Ben Reilly fan, and I thought it was kind of fun. But it also had a lot to do with rights. That's why it was made. Making my way through Star Trek right now. I read that one. I cannot get over the fact that Gunyan not only somehow looks younger in 2024 than she did in episode with Mark Twain and forgot who Picard is. Says Tundracat. Some people just look good. Read that one. Cheers. Thank you very much. Glad to see you back, Gary. Hope Egypt trip was great. It was fantastic. Memories of a lifetime. Adventure of a lifetime. Country, little rough. Finally got my Blu-ray of Fantastic Four First Steps. Well, good luck with that, Yamada. I am not getting one. I read that. I was trolling Tardo and I found the best one. What was that? I like anime girl bosses because they kick the men in the balls and tell them to boss up. It depends on the character, but I am really over the girl boss trope completely. Welcome to the new members. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Jose Taco. I'm thankful for Beacon Crew and his Thanksgiving. We're thankful for you, buddy. Gary, have you watched much of the One Piece anime? I got pretty far into it and then I stopped. It's when I find time. I'll get back. Happy Thanksgiving, Fishing and Cal. All right. Why do people crap on Arcane? I think it was good. I like season 1. Season 2 was terrible. Season 2 was terrible. But the animation is amazing. Oh, and 2 from Matthew Hammond. Asian Geek Girl in low-cut top reviews Stargate. Don't give her any ideas. Dark Matters 19 episode over unusual research conduct, including attempts to crossbreed humans with apes, zombie investigations, and head transplant studies. It's on Prime. Great show. You and Mel would like it. I've heard of it, Gus. I've definitely heard it. I remember when it was around. Thank you. Start with Death Note. There's no going back. I'm afraid of that not going back. I'm afraid of that not going back because then it takes up my time. It's like why I don't get into 40K lore. Well, we'll find out soon. There we go. See, Arcane season 1 was really good. Season 2 was a big mad, disappointing end to a series with amazing animation and decent plot. So that's what's been wrong with my fucking PC lately. Thanks, Kara. Thanks for watching the house, though. Arcadian Rouge for $20 says, if you want good anime, Gary, you should check out Drifters. It takes warriors from human history and teleports them to another world to fight for its existence. Violent, funny twists, and delves into real war tactics. There's so much anime out there. That's why Dispatch was so good. It's not that long. There you go. Obligatory Frerin Beyond Journey's End plug. It's a slow burn in the best possible way. Really interesting premise, stunning scenery and soundtrack. Cheers. Ask Carlson about the crazy plasmoid energy breakthrough tech he alleged he would be breaking last year or 2 years ago and then stopped talking about it. Brado Jacko, I went to Egypt with one of the people working on it. So what happened was funding. and it's very difficult. So they weren't able to duplicate what they had done before, and they're still trying to figure it out. That's the last I heard, but I did speak with somebody who had worked on it on my trip. Kara says Freyrin. Is it Freyrin? Is amazing. Thankfully, Stargate is happening after Jen Salke. But are her replacements better? We don't know that yet. I hope that Henry Cavill figures out 40K because Amazon is hit or miss. It certainly is. Dispatch was actually awesome. There we go. Well, I'll find out. Hail the lore. All right, we're going to wrap it up there. I'm going to go eat. I'm starving. Sledge. Yeah, if because of the nature of the system and X-Ray Girls here, I might miss some, so they will be caught on the next square up if I did, but I'll look that up, Sledge, right now. There we go. Wait. So also a new start from Sledge 224 for $4.99. Also a new Stargate show has been announced, a continuation, not a reboot, with all the original creators / writers, hopefully with lots of OG cast cameos. There you go. Thank you, Sledge. Now I'm just trying to make sure I got everything. Got the Bond one. Got that one. Okay. Oh, he's calling you out, Kara. All right, I'm going to go have some turkey. I'm going to go have some more turkey. So thanks for hanging out. I'll see you on Friday Night Tights tomorrow. We'll be talking about Stranger Things and many other things. And there's a video in the works. Thanks to everyone who joined me tonight. Thanks to everyone who left Super Chat donation. You helped keep the lights on. Thanks to the Friday Night Tights crew for covering me. Happy Thanksgiving. It's still Thanksgiving on the West Coast and then the Mountain Time Zone. But otherwise, Merry fucking Christmas to everybody. Let's go. I'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.